This is the inaugural year of this event. It's a first-time major for the PDGA. It's a very important milestone in our sport's history. This gives us an opportunity to have 4 majors throughout the year, which is something that aligns us with other professional major sports, putting us on the main stage. We're hosting this tournament at the International Disc Golf Center, which is the offices of the Professional Disc Golf Association. As we've seen the development and the evolvement of the Disc Golf Pro Tour and the Elite Series, the milestone achievements for many of these athletes are winning a major championship. It was very important for us to host the first inaugural major of its kind here at the International Disc Golf Center. We look forward to maintaining the traditions that we established this weekend throughout the history of this event. PDGA majors are the pinnacle of our sport.
What a pleasure it is to be here in Appling, Georgia for the first major of the 2022 season at the world-renowned W.R. Jackson course at the International Disc Golf Center, the home of the Disc Golf Hall of Fame and some of the greatest stories in disc golf history.
Having a 4th major is essential in the growth of our sport. I'm so excited that it can be here at the International Disc Golf Center where so much history lies.
Over the next 4 days, we will see who will be the first major champion crowned in the 2022 season. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fantastic round on Jomez. This is the PDGA Champions Cup. I am Jeremy Koling, joined by my buddy Paul Ulibarri. We are BigBarri commentary, and we are very excited to be here in Appling, Georgia.
I'm getting those major championship vibes.
Woo!
Hey, guess what, though? We're running a huge sale at JomezPro.com right now. Everything is on sale.
All discs are 30% off. All accessories, whale sacks, 20% off. Never Not Throwing hoodies, 50% off. And the rest of apparel like hats and shirts are 25% off. The sale ends after the final round of the Champions Cup, and things will sell out. So visit JomezPro right now and see what's in stock.
Thank you so much for supporting the coverage at JomezPro.com. Link in the description.
That's right. Speaking of a link, we're going to link this guy, the commentator, into the action. He's going to be on this card, Paul Ulibarri. It says member since 2005. We got PDGA stats up here today, boys. I like this. Ricky Wysocki, member since 2009, which is crazy because he won in his rookie season a PDGA Major Championship here at this very venue.
Had a member since 13?
Rating 1039.
And we remember that putting display he put on a few years back. Man.
Do we ever. Runner up a couple seasons ago.
Gosh, I feel old. Linus, Carlsson, 2016, is that real?
That's amazing.
Incredible, man. Young talent these days. Off the charts.
Yeah, he is a phenomenal talent, and we have an incredibly epic course here. John Houck design. You're going to see so many holes with a left and right option, and no different than here, starting on hole 1, par 4, 660 feet. There is a tight right side gap, and there's also the more open left side gap to get you down to the bottom of the hill. But even a great drive is set up with a long tree-ridden approach.
Start the championship run. Out of Sholo, Arizona, Paul Ulibarri.
Chuck Connolly of the Spike Heiser Tour from North Carolina calling out the names. Taking a moment there to think about what you're about to embark.
Yeah, saying a little prayer. Getting the mind right. I was nervous, man. I'm not going to lie. First major of the year, that's probably one of the times that I'm going to really feel it.
Going Mantis off the tee.
A couple little Twizzlers. Didn't really turn it. Like I said, nerves kind of got to me and didn't really follow through. That happens.
That's
left side is not where you really want to be.
Qualifier including 2021 Ledgestone Open champion, Richard Wysocki.
Ricky won Worlds here in 2017, and he has also won the Hall of Fame Classic here. He is no stranger to playing very well here at WR Jackson. And that drive, not ideal for distance, but he can still get up and down from down there.
2021
Great
MVP
kick.
Open
Yep.
champion, Adam Hammis.
You are going to get kicks out here. I don't care how well you throw that disc. You're going to get some good kicks and some bad kicks. And you just have to accept that from the beginning of the round. And
Good kick.
yeah, good kick.
And out
Indeed.
of Sweden, 2021 winner of the Swedish Championship, Linus Carlsson.
So close to being able to say you can get your kicks on Route 660. Come on, man.
Oh,
Just
I
throw it.
know.
Come on.
On Route 66. You can just leave it at that, I think.
Yeah. 0.
Yeah, but Linus is from Europe, so they don't go 660 feet. They work in meters.
I mean, that's a nice drive, though. Turns it over. He is going to be a bit pinched. But
But the
all-
distance.
Yeah, and all three of us would take it in a heartbeat,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. Adam's just hoping to find a way to just stay clean here. And I do not believe he did. So that's going to kick him back into the woods here at Wildwood Park. Yeah, Ricky not in position really to attack either. He's just going to get across the road. And if you ever come out here and you see that road, it always reminds me that Will Schuster one time drove past that road off the tee, and it blows my mind that he did that.
That road?
Yes. 2011 PDGA Championship. The one that we were just talking about with the one that Ricky won.
Little thrower.
Yeah, well, that's effective though. Out of the woods. So Linus, the only real chance to give it a go for the birdie. And he's got a very tricky approach. And I believe that's his Justice. He throws that thing on some crazy angles. Looks like it's going to be a bad shot, but that thing is so overstable that it works out.
I wish we had a better camera angle because that went between two trees that a disc could barely fit in between. It was awesome. Good upshot there for Adam, but that is going to be for bogey.
Heavy Anheuser on that zone to land flat inside the bullseye. That's going to be perfectly played par.
Where did this end up as far as difficulty?
It's kind of on the easier, well, actually, it's on the harder side of easy, but I mean, I'm sorry, what does that even mean? It's in the middle of the pack, but on the harder side of middle of the pack. That's what I was trying to say.
There's a good birdie.
I was
Great
not
putt.
prepared for you to ask me a question.
It's on the harder side of the easiest part of the
Oh.
18-hole layout here. What?
I'm in major playing mode, not major commentary mode. There's like a little switch you go back and forth between.
Okay, few pars, one bogey,
And a
and
nice
a birdie.
birdie for Linus. On to hole 2, par 3, 390 feet. Just a slight turn of the fairway around the corner. You cannot see the basket from the tee. But a 10-step walk out to the right, and there it is. Kind of have to throw something that gradually stays on hyzer, but that you don't want anything to skip. So like a fairway driver or a hard mid-range is probably the two best choices. Would you agree?
I feel like that's a very, very, very far shot for a mid-range. I think people are going to be at
Yeah.
least throwing fairway, if not fast here.
Yeah.
Except for the big guys. I mean,
I'm just thinking of-
Ricky
yeah,
or one of
right.
those guys, yes. Like, for example, I'm throwing a Kong here, which is, very fast.
Yes.
And I'm throwing it hard.
But you're throwing probably more of a flip-up Kong, correct? Or something that's not like the most overstable driver. Oh, whatever it was is perfect.
Yes.
Look at that.
It is 390.
see Drew throw buzzes 500, so I think 390 is just nothing.
You know what, though? Drew is not on this card. Ricky is, and he threw a felon, which is basically impossible for me to do. Anyways.
So 2 essentially perfect drives.
And I feel like this is one of the must-gets, if there is one on the course, because it's so wide open. I mean, it's a basic hyzer.
It's certainly one
It's a big gap.
You just can't put yourself in position to take a bogey.
Right.
There are technically 4 holes that are easier.
Par 3.
But of the par 3s, this is one of the easier par 3s. Those holes that are easier are par 5s. And that's going to leave Adam a little bit of an uncomfortable par putt, especially after taking the bogey in hole 1. Like to make your work as easy as possible early going.
Saw some playing with Linus. He has so many shots, and he's got a lot of touch in that sidearm.
Totally agree. Very well-rounded player. Very motivated, extremely happy to be over here with his good buddy Max Rajitnig, who's actually a professional volleyball player who is dual citizen with, I believe, Canada and Sweden, and he is an insane disc golfer as well. So they're in an RV and living life to the fullest. And we just can't iterate enough how cool it is to have the international players back over here competing on tour. Getting sick and tired of seeing the same dudes every single week. Oh, my God. All right, couple good birdies there and a couple good pars. Got a bit of a doozy here, Paul.
Yeah. Hole 3, par 4, 726, slightly uphill, big dog leg right, and then it kind of winds back around to the left. You'll see people lay up short or throw the big monster anhyzer to try to get about here so that you can throw this little tricky upshot into the green. Very well guarded green, as you can see, and I feel like this is one of your bonus birdies on the course.
Totally agree. A really long drive finds this very straight and pretty wide tunnel. And you're going with your vulture here. Is this a placement shot or was that a...
It was trying to be, yes. It was trying to be, yeah.
The attempt was there.
Mm-hmm. Threw it too far.
Oh, so you're not trying to get the turn right. You just wanted to go straight.
Yeah, dead straight. Kind of like what Ricky's throwing a little turn, but that's a mid-range, so it's not going to get that big turn to the right.
That stump is actually a really good landmark for a landing zone. That's a pretty simple hyzer shot from there.
And it's not, as you can see from right here, it's not really turning that much. Like, this is what you kind of don't want to do because flexes out, gets in those woods. You can get this little lucky spot, which he is on. There's like a path that goes back behind there, which will give you a route into the green.
It's a very low ceiling, very tight tunnel, but it is a true line to the pin from up there. And we saw that from Adam Hammis in our practice round with him, and he just put one right on that path and had a pretty straight shot.
Yeah, but he just spanked that one up
that's
there.
Perfect
that's
drive.
So far.
That's exactly how the hole was designed to be driven by the top pros. What do you have?
Not much.
I
mean, I had a route up top to the right. If you look behind my lie, there's like a little stick. It was kind of poking me in the bum.
It's not good.
Startled me. No, just an awful shot. Misrelease. But, I mean...
Out of position, this one is almost a guaranteed bogey.
It is what it is. Yeah, it was a bad shot.
So, Ricky, I said easy hyzer. What I meant to say is it's a pretty simple shape for the hyzer. There's just a ton of trees in the way, unless you're Ricky's disc. Bullseye. What?
Bullseye, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it was an easy hyzer. I don't know. That was a great shot and a great result. Sometimes a great shot's not enough.
Especially on a woodsy track.
Yeah, and there is no place more consistently woodsier than W.R. Jackson. There's just really no reprieve the whole time you're in the woods. Adam inside turnover with the zone, and he knew out of his hand he missed that one.
.173 is what I got from there, 173 feet.
And that's a good approach. That'll be a bogey save.
Adam from deep, this has got to be around 85, 90.
Which was kind of a drop-in for him a couple years ago, back in 2019. That was.
Yeah,
If you haven't seen the compilation video yet, you should go check it out. It's pretty entertaining.
Little 55-footer there, no good. Easy little tap in, though. Adam did throw it a bit deep, so he has about 20.
And this is for the par. And once again, he's putting himself in just stressful situations, which really add up at this course. And in this field, we have a 100-player field.
Yeah, if you sign up for this tournament, you've put yourself in a stressful situation. Absolutely. I mean,
100 players.
There's no other course that I've ever played where you feel handcuffed on almost every shot to where, like, you don't have room to maneuver your disc in a way that's comfortable. It's exacto, just like this one. Par 3. Sure, you think, okay, I can hit that gap. But in order to get to the pin, you have to go exacto on a slicing hyzer that skips up to the left. And you'll see players get uncomfortable with this shot. On other courses, it's just a straight shot, fades.
And there's just not really, there's no room to throw any errant shot right here on this fairway. It looks kind of wide, but if you don't go down that middle lane that you were intending, just because you missed the first couple trees, those other trees that are in the way are going to hit your disc. Like, that was nearly perfect, but he hit a stump.
He hits a stump, but even if he gets a skip, it's not going to get all the way to the pin. So he's playing like a straighter shot. If you do play that shot, yes, it opens up the fairway. But in order to get it to go left, that's why you see a lot of people yanking it right and early releasing left.
So Adam, not quite getting, well, he got off the tee in the last hole, just the approach wasn't it, but he's just not really finding that zone yet, not finding that groove. And look at this near ace run. My goodness, settle down.
Yeah,
that had some heat on it. What were we throwing there?
I was an Onyx.
Okay.
We were. I was wondering how that got that far because I thought I was going to be actually short left, so that's good to know. And that
Ricky's in trouble.
Yeah, big time trouble. He's got 45 feet now to save the par, and Adam's in big trouble. I mean, this is what this course will do to you.
Early left is the kiss of death on this hole.
Yeah, you can't miss your lines here, otherwise.
Oh, let's talk about the field for a moment while Adam tries to get out of the woods. We have 100 players and only 3 of them are not 1,000 rated, but those 3 guys are rated in the 990s. So 97,000 rated players here. PDGA has stepped up big time as Ricky's. Oh, that wasn't Ricky. That was Linus. Ricky's par putt. Oh, wow. From way downtown. What a great save. But the PDGA stepped up huge this week. There's $95,000 added. And for the first time, I think, in disc golf history, every single player cashing in both open and an FPO is going to have a comma in their paycheck, which is incredible.
That's awesome. Yeah, big time. Clunkers.
Little clunky.
Adam.
And another bogey, and that one is a little bit right, but
Not a a real bad par on this one. You have, like I said, you have to be exacto
Yep.
in order to get around that corner and get yourself a look. I mean, we saw Ricky with a long make for par. That was beautiful.
It's surprising that the number of bogeys is a lot lower than I would have thought on that hole, because bogey is such a common score for the average player that you get a little bit off and there's nothing you can really do to scramble. I mean, Ricky doesn't make that huge putt. You know, he's one of those few players. Hole 5 is just a absolute dream hole if you like throwing 450-foot dead straight pipe shots.
Yeah, pipe dream for sure.
I mean, this will expose any errant shot. There's so few ways that you can get through if you don't hit this middle gap.
Yeah, and it seems like the more you're off on this one, the better, because if you're barely off, the kick can get pretty brutal. As we see him kind of be barely off. Ricky kind of pulls it a good 4 feet offline, hits square. He's going to have a shot into the green.
Yeah, I don't think Linus will have much of a shot to save the par. This is a hole I've seen you throw so many good shots on, but this time you're just a little bit late on the release.
Very late, which is good, again, because I end up squaring up a tree and, and I get a favorable kick.
And if you're 2 over through 4, this is the last hole you want to see to try to correct it. But look what Adam has done here. What a move. And he's gone deep.
Yeah, he's 45 feet deep on a 432. I mean,
that's it. That's only 45. That looks even longer than that. That was a crush. Is this your heat? What a beautiful shot, Paul. I mean, that's, well, a little deep. I almost said top 5 worthy, but it was too long, so back to not being considered.
I agree.
For that list anymore.
Top 3, baby.
No.
Ricky from a similar position. He's disking down.
What does he have? Okay, so little slight turnover.
Yeah. And for you guys wondering why a lot of the top players, we actually would prefer to throw a little turnover with the sidearm. Throwing that flip up's pretty difficult with a putter.
Yes.
Easier to do with a driver, which is why I opted to do that and why I went deep. But a small Anheuser, look at this shot.
That was
this
fantastic to fight its way through the woods. But Linus will be up first.
But releasing on a slight Anheuser with the putter is an easier release for some reason with the sidearm shot. So you see that.
Something about putting the ankle immediately out of your hand just allows you to control it.
Right. From high to low.
Yep. So Adam, his comeback putt for birdie. Well, I mean, what a huge birdie. What a bounce back birdie to get.
Yeah, not only to get through everything and to get back there, but then to just knock the putt center.
Hardest hole in the course, and Adam just, look at that. Perfect. Maybe a little bit right side on the drive if we're going to be a little picky, but I mean, past the basket, pure on the putt. Fantastic. If you see that little white flag next to the basket, as Ricky misses his par save low, that is a CTP flag from Rec Tech Grills. They are going to give a grill to the person in the FPO and MPO division who has the closest drive through the week. Well, the first player in the MPO field to play this hole in the first group, the guy who had the box, was Connor O'Reilly, and that was his drive. And I would be completely surprised if anybody gets any closer throughout the week than Connor O'Reilly's drive, who's a foot away from the pin.
That's incredible.
So shout out to Connor for that.
Yeah.
Setting the stage pretty high.
I would love a grill.
Yeah, for sure. Rectech, hook it up. Hole 6, par 3, 366 feet. And if you see some of these stumps on the right side of the fairway, it's because the PDGA staff has cut down on a few of these trees that made this hole even harder than it is, and it still is quite difficult. Another John Houck classic double route design. But you're going to see most players go for this hyzer.
I really like the shape of this. As long as it gets a little forward push, and it does, that's monies.
So Adam will have that putt to get back to par. And is this a little too wide, or is
Oh,
this
yeah.
working?
Oh, wide
wide.
guy. Yeah. I'd rather go wide on this hole than early, for sure.
Goodness, absolutely.
Which it's tough. It's a tough thing to commit to. Look at this, though.
Wow.
Straight past it.
So much speed on that skip, but beautiful angle. That's the width that you're looking for to come in wide, get that skip in.
That's the beautiful thing I feel like about the design of a lot of these holes is, like I said, how it kind of handcuffs you. Like if you want to park it, you're going to have to really take on a couple trees by inches.
I have always been surprised at the scores that players are able to shoot out here, considering what you just said. There's 18 holes of feeling like you're handcuffed. You're in a straitjacket. If you don't have much room to wiggle out of, and you're just grinding and fighting the whole time to try to get your pars and find a birdie somewhere in there as well. And yet people will come out here, shoot 11s, 12s, 13 under. Ricky's just making putts like no big deal. And it's just like, wow, people are good at disc golf.
Kind of a big deal.
So this is a big putt for Adam. Get back to even par. I feel like that does a lot for a player's mentality and psyche. You can kind of calm down a bit, potentially.
Absolutely. I mean, those are two tough birdies to get right after he lets a couple get away, and then you're back to even. You're thinking, hey, man, I could still shoot 5, 6 under. That's right in the mix.
Definitely.
You could even potentially birdie out. I mean, hardest birdie out I've ever thought of.
Right. Sure. Get that momentum on the right side, and 2 pars and 2 good birdie putts on hole 6. 2 under for the card is a good score on this hole.
Hole 7, par 4, 744. Kind of a tight gap. Like I said, it kind of handcuffs you, but once you push it out, you want to kind of push it towards the right side of the fairway, hyzering to the sweet spot, which is left of this. I mean, that's basically it. Your main goal is to hit the gap. After that, you're hoping that it's hyzering to the nice spot. But I've seen a lot of people miss this gap.
Yeah, I mean, you bring the tee pad back 120 feet, this gap gets a lot smaller.
At this level that we're playing at, everybody should probably hit the gap. Game time, you know.
Well,
But
they're not going to hit the gap with that much perfection.
No.
That was ideal.
But that's what makes it tough is you're thinking, okay, I have to hit the gap, but then you have to hit the perfect angle out of the gap, and a lot of times that's not your comfy angle to hit.
Right, correct. Ricky's just got so much speed, but look at that big skip there. Wow, I mean, just leaving Adam's shot in the dust. That is beautiful. Another gorgeous looking drive coming down here on 7. And also passing Adam's drive, which apparently was just setting the stage for 2, potentially 3 even better drives.
It's got a chance.
Yeah, this was okay. So Adam will be first to throw, and I thought that was going to be the best drive of the group. So awesome setup shots. Adam might be a little bit short, though. Might have to force the Anheuser angle. Yeah, just a little bit out of the hand. Did he get enough? Not quite.
Not a good shot at all.
The extra bit of distance that the rest of the guys have allows you to go a little bit more hyzer out of the hand, or are you still trying to go flat?
I'm trying to, push it to the right side, which I don't do.
Yep.
But I can get a little sneaky.
Oh,
sneaky.
you got to get lucky. Okay.
Yeah, just an absolute shank job that got me a look.
There's a lot of space between those trees.
And this was another one of those kind of got up there.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't bad. It wasn't ugly.
It wasn't
effort.
as bad as mine.
Yours was way uglier.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
No,
And I had to feel it. That's a weird thing. And here's
you're
Ricky.
you're reliving it too, which is the worst
Yeah.
part. And Ricky's was, I mean, that's perfect, right?
A little inside,
It
but
was
yes,
inside. It's hard to tell.
But it was,
Yeah.
better than our other ones. Look at this jump putt, just from like 100, I think.
So much power and control.
Yes.
That is an awesome escape birdie. Escaping from the a shot that got through everything and taking advantage of it. You have to do that to do well at majors. And 2 of those. This really is one of the more difficult holes on the course. And the second shot is so challenging. Even with those 3 great drives, you could see how difficult it was to get through all the trees. Somehow, all 3 of you did. And 3 birdies on it is amazing.
An important part of getting a PDGA membership is helping grow the game. Membership dollars are used to bolster competition of all levels, from local C-tiers to majors. Tools like Digital Scorecard and Tournament Manager help events run seamlessly. Your PDGA membership also gives you access to Disc Golf Network coverage for select events and a 50% discount to their full coverage package. Help grow the sport and get started today. Visit pdga.com/join.
Rejoining the action, hole 8, par 4, 645 feet. Man, I feel like it plays so much more than that. Downhill tee shot, forehand is going to be a good option for most of these players, but there's also the backhand turnover with the mid-range. The trick is to not go too long. Put yourself in position down the middle. From there, you're going to go up the hill severely all the way up to the pin. Good drives will still leave 340 to 350 out from the pin. So crucial. Man, I'm surprised to see Ricky go backhand turnover.
Well, I am too, but he's dealing with a small injury in the elbow. I learned this today, so he is going to be throwing a few backhands where you'd normally be like, come on, dude.
I mean, if any player can get away with an injury in the forehand area, it's Ricky, who's just spent so much time developing a well-rounded backhand-forehand combo.
And you'll be happy to see Paul Ulibarri
Throwing the forehand.
Throwing lots of forehands again.
Which is very new.
Very new.
And I'm glad to see that your elbow's doing better. You just gave Ricky your elbow pain, and you said, haha, take that.
I would never wish that upon anybody.
Linus, not a forehand-heavy player. He goes with the backhand here, but Adam, obviously, really well known for his powerful forehands. Powerful forehand is not what you want off the tee here. It's very much placement-oriented, and it doesn't look like he placed that where he wanted to.
This was a good kick. Let's see. And I like this play. He didn't throw a fast driver. He throws mid-range to just kind of get it up there.
Yep.
I feel like if he threw it perfect, he might get himself about 45, 50 feet.
Yeah,
And
but you're risking so much. Adam, oh no, and he was in position just to lay up. He had the zone in hand, kicking back into the woods, and now that par is almost out of the question unless he pulls something miraculous out of the hat here.
yeah.
And I don't see
Well,
that
they say you got to
happening.
risk it for the biscuit, but what if you don't like biscuits?
Yeah, what if you're gluten tolerant?
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. So short. That's a good shot from there. Good shot. Oh, nice kick, dude.
Oh, what up? He says.
Your full-time tour caddy, 5-time Masters World Champion Brad Hammock, providing the ever so entertaining commentary. Ricky going forehand approach with a putter.
Yes. I threw a nuke.
Backhand drive was so good that he had a forehand approach with a putter.
He could have thrown fast 6 if he wanted, like me.
Why you got to show us up? Wow, that's an impressive way to play this hole.
Yeah, I don't know why you would throw the sidearm if you can get that far to where you just
Sure.
go putter, basically.
I mean, the backhand suits the tee shot better for distance purposes. And a great birdie. Good putt. Oh,
Back to back holes. I get some
Wow.
good love, and I'm able to make those 30 footers to capitalize on those.
And Ricky unable to make the putt. So frustrating misses.
It's harder to make it when you throw 2 perfect shots. You rather
Yeah,
kind of throw
you
2
wanna
bad
mess
ones,
up
get a little
a little
lucky,
bit.
and then easy.
Work
Because
your
you're
way
like,
up
even if I
there.
miss this, I played the hole like crud.
Yeah. It's just bonus for you at that point. It
Yeah.
doesn't even matter if you
Basket
get the birdie
doubles
or
in
not.
size.
Hole 9, par 4, 618 feet. Classic hole. Drive has to go down the middle, missing these 2 prominent trees. From there, you're going to have a couple of options. There's this straight option, but there's a backdoor option. There's down the middle option as well. There's a lot of lanes, but they're all tight. And if you miss your shot at any point, which we really don't even need to say anymore. I mean, that's just true for every hole on this course. If you miss your line, you're in trouble unless you're Paul Ulibarri. You didn't miss your line here.
Well, I threw that one pretty good.
Oh my goodness, Paul. I don't know if I've ever seen one clear the road in the air that far.
Well, no spoilers, but hold on to your top hats.
Yuck.
Because this one's flying over mine.
Oh my word. Ricky bringing out the boomstick on that drive. That was huge. That's more of what like a typical good player drive looks like a little bit not great.
Yeah. He still might have. There is a route to the left to where he might have something into there, and this is another great shot.
Yeah, this is what like a really good shot looks like, and up the fairways where Paul and Ricky's drives are. That's what, like Adam's drive is what you think of off the tee. Like this is what I would love to have if I throw it perfect.
And this is a great shot here from Linus. That
Yeah.
gets him way up there
Yeah,
for a circle two putt.
Oh yeah, he absolutely has a look for the birdie. Oh, making that gap as big as possible with that Anheuser angle. That was a beautiful approach from Adam.
Go in. Go in.
And the forehand Anheuser play seeming to be very popular for this card right now. That right side gap seems very appealing when your drives are 500 feet down the fairway.
Linus for this would be just great.
Oh yeah, good effort.
But still, I mean, when you miss your line off the tee on this hole left, a par is still good because you can get in some really, really tough spots.
And you can see Adams out there. He's hustling. He's out there doing everything he can, getting back to even par once again. Ricky 4 under on the front nine. I don't know. I think the front nine is very challenging. 4 under, I feel like it's a pretty good score to post.
Agreed.
Back nine, there's some eagle options. There's a couple of par fives. Actually, I think there's 3 par fives in the back nine. So there's 3 chances for eagle potentially there. And but yeah, 4 under in the front nine, very good score. Rest of the cards doing pretty well actually. As we take a look at this leaderboard, couple of 7 unders.
Ew. I mean, ew. Stinky face. That's getting it done.
That is insane work. Matt Bell, Mason Ford, just playing Woods genius golf right now.
That's kind of what they are, though. They're like the Woods genius
Not surprised at
golfers,
all.
Yeah.
Not surprised. But man, if they can continue that play in the back nine, they're going to post a score that is going to be incredibly impressive. That's it for the front 9. Thank you so much to the Founders Club. We talk about you a lot because we like you a lot. Thank you for all you do. We got 9 more holes of action here at WR Jackson in Appling, Georgia, coming in your way right around the corner. Come back for some more back 9 action.
Yeah, and if you're still listening, I love you, man.
I'm listening. You love me?
I love you, man.